We're going to make Skolebrød, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have to ask a proper Norwegian person to say it. It translates to school bread, and it's a little cardamom bun filled with pastry cream and with coconut sprinkled on top. And I'm going to show you how to round the buns. So I just have my dough portioned out into 4 pieces. Normally a whole batch of dough you'd have 8, but they should all be about 100 grams, a little bit less than 100 grams each. So I'm going to show you first how to make some surface tension so that you get a nice round bun. So you want to flour your surface a little bit because this is pretty sticky dough. And then you're going to put your bun, flatten it out a little bit on the surface. And the first thing we're going to do is sort of gather it together into like a little pouch to make a nice round bun. So stretch, fold to the middle. Stretch, fold to the middle. And keep stretching and folding until you get all the way around. And if your dough is a little bit warmer, this will be easier to do. There we go. So now you've got a nice round bun. Now to make that surface tension, you can do this method where you put your finger and your thumb just against the edge of the dough, touch it gently with the top of your hand and make a little cage, and then do little circles, little swirls. And you'll feel the ball rotate under your hand, and you can feel the dough being pressed under the ball. And there we have it, a little ball with nice surface tension, nice and smooth on top. This is ready to rise. Let's do it again. I have another method to show you. So first of all, same thing, just flatten your dough out a little bit more flour. First we'll gather it, so stretch, fold. My dough is getting a little warmer now, so it's stretching more easily than it did earlier. Oh, I got a little lump there, so I'll stretch that one again. And now I've got a nice little round. And now we're going to use that other method where you put both of your hands up against, very slightly up against the edge of the dough ball, press it down onto the counter and rotate. And as you're rotating, the dough is pulling that dough that you've pressed onto the counter underneath the little dough ball, making that nice surface tension. And you should see a little swirl on the bottom of your bun. There we go. So for the Skolebrød, the idea is to let them rise so they're nice and puffy, and then before we put them in the oven, after we egg wash them, we're going to press a little indentation into each of the buns, and that's where we're going to put the pastry cream before we bake our buns. So don't forget to do that. Okay, so now our Skolebrød, or our Skolebrød, has risen, and what we want to do is make a little indentation in them so we can put some pastry cream in. So I'll show you how to do that. You have to be very gentle with these buns because they'll be pretty soft now that they've risen. They're super pillowy. You spread them out a little bit more. So let's take this one for example. What you want to do is use your thumb to press down all the way to the bottom of the bun. Make a pretty deep well. Give it some space. And then you can either pipe cream into it, or you can use a measuring spoon. So you want about a tablespoon of cream in there. So let's do the next one. Use your thumbs to make an indentation that goes all the way to the bottom of the bun. You don't go through the dough, but you want to be able to feel the baking pan. Like so. And then put the pastry cream in. And we're going to bake it straight away once the cream is in here. We're going to brush it with some egg wash, and then we're going to stick them in the oven. All right. Now what I'm going to do is brush them with some egg wash so that they get nice and shiny when we put them in the oven, and we'll put them straight in the oven. They're done rising.